Hey there fellow creators, Ben here from Cinderblock Studios, and today we're looking at two different acrylic mediums. Golden's GAC 100 and Glazing Liquid. How are they the same, how are they different, and why should you care? That and more coming up. So first, let's take a look at how these two particular products are the same. They are both very fluid acrylic mediums. They are pigmentless, so they can act as an extender to extend your acrylic paint, and they are milky white when they're wet and they dry clear. But that's just how they're the same. So let's focus for a minute on how they're different. So let's start with the Glazing Liquid, which is a fluid self-leveling medium. It comes in both gloss and satin varieties. It slightly, very slightly, extends the drying time of your acrylics, but if you use too much of it, it can get a little bit tacky. Glazing Liquid is also not a Golden specific product. You can find it across a lot of different brands. GAC 100, while also being a fluid acrylic medium, is significantly thinner than the Glazing Liquid. It also only comes in gloss. You will not find any kind of matte or satin variety for it. Like the Glazing Liquid, GAC 100 will extend your acrylic colors, but it won't really extend the drying time a little bit the way the Glazing Liquid does. It's also not as effective for glazing as the name implies Glazing Liquid would be, but the GAC 100 is very effective for extending colors. In turn, though, the GAC 100 is also considerably better for doing things like isolation coats, as well as doing some base-level surface prep for mixed media projects. Now, the GAC 100 by name is a Golden exclusive product, but there are comparable products in other brands that are just sort of simply called fluid acrylic extender. Now, by some artists and some paint manufacturers, these mediums are touted as being the preferred method for diluting something like heavy body acrylics. Now, if you've seen my video on thinning acrylics, you'll know that this thing of you have to use these mediums to thin your paints is sort of a myth. Now, yes, by adding water to your paints, you do break a little bit of the binder, but it's not enough to completely destroy your paints, which makes these mediums not necessarily essential or necessary, but just a nice little addition for your palette. Using a glaze or an acrylic extender is a preference for artists. It's not necessarily a you have to do this. But it should be noted if you're painting on a very large scale or doing a lot of sort of fluid techniques with a lot of washes, it's better to use the medium than it would be to use just a big bucket of water. But if you're someone who's really into doing a lot of glazing, specifically if you're someone who's used to oils, these might be a little bit more useful to you. I would also note that the Glazing Liquid is really good for portraiture since it gives you that little bit of an extended time, but doesn't completely make the paint never dry. Gives you just that little bit of an extra working quality and makes getting those skin tones just perfect. Hey guys, working on editing, realizing I screwed up the outro because I was charging my microphone and didn't turn it back on for the conclusion. So end of this is just, what do you use, Glazing Liquid or GAC 100 or another acrylic medium? Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Get subscribed if you're not already. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button. Keep on creating, and I'll see you guys next time. So first, let's take a look at how both of these are the same. I've already forgotten. What are they? I should know this.